Previously on Follow the Leader. Today we're playing Noirlandia by Evan Rowland. For those of you who are new to this game, here are the basics. Noirlandia is a desperate hunt for truth in an unforgiving society. In each game, you'll create a unique city with its own distinct flavour of corruption. Your characters will fight for answers and question their principles. After roughly 4 hours, we'll see, you'll have either found the truth or lost your mind trying. Finding the answers doesn't mean you win. Dying doesn't mean you lose. The gears of the city will turn, apathetic to your efforts. It's not about justice, it's about what you're willing to give up to get it.
Alright, I am playing Sabriel. Since the last time you saw me, I've given him a last name. His last name is Cohen. His identity is the Schemer. He operates in the outskirts. His guiding principle is justice must be done. Don't say a goddamn word. His name is Sabriel, of course, and his alias is the Compass. His appearance and distinctive features are, as before, he's got big bushy hair. He's got a green streak in his hair that, was blue, but is no longer blue. And by God, he is so fucking tired.
So, I'm playing a character. This, hottie that brought me to the city tells me my name is Cordelia Waite-Smith. So I guess that's as good as any. She has no idea who she is. Nobody else does except for a few people. One of whom was dead. Who knows what's happened since. The identity I rolled is salesperson/industrialist, which is very interesting. Operating in Skid Row. So I think probably what I'm going to call that is that she is the equivalent of a bootlegger, but for magic stuff, talismans and things. She operates in Skid Row. Her guiding principle, I also rolled for this because is actually tell no lie currently, which is interesting for somebody who is operating on the other side of the law. The name that I've been given, she has been by this figure, is Cordelia Waite-Smith. Her distinctive features is her red hair, which is probably grown out a bit since last we saw her, though it doesn't feel quite right to be long, so it's probably tied back. She's a confident expression even now, and she has been drawn to acquire a leather jacket.
My character, the identity is intelligence, specifically an information broker operating out of downtown. Guiding principle is never reveal my true self. By the name of Nezami Kazel, aka Maestro. Gender fluid, uses any pronouns. Appearance and distinctive features, a them fatale. Long dark hair with a side shave and scalp tattoos of a flowering vine, inky dark eyes, and a well-practiced smile.
There's we see a radio talking about the near standoff that happened downtown outside of the offices of Hefstead and Agnes. That there was a strange, potentially violent, certainly dangerous individual who attempted to bully the fine people of this city into stagnation rather than embrace the future. She clicks it off with a kind of growl, winces as she kind of shuffles to the side, as we can see that she has inexpert stitches going up and down her side and her arm from where she treated her own bullet wounds. She takes a slug of whiskey and looks at the investigation board she has begun to build in her apartment.
Sure. We probably see Sabriel back in his home, pulling off his jewelry, hanging it with care, basically caring for the spirits under his, not control, because he doesn't control them. He tends to them, he cares for them. They're people to him. And he's, we see him in his little shantytown hideout, tending to these objects that are filled with spirit and almost comforting them as he's trying to figure out what he's doing next. And he's trying to write a letter to Galador to be like, you know, I'm making bad decisions without you, dude. Please come back. And that's not going to reach him in time. This whole time he's been very disconnected from his sort of mental rock, his anchor point. And he's starting to realize that maybe that's not such a good idea. So it sort of ends with this sort of the sun beginning to set and plunging his room into darkness as he is both whispering to his little objects and writing a letter in the dark.
And the camera leaves Sabriel in his room, moves out through Haven, back to downtown as sirens no longer blare, but there's still the flash of red and blue lights bouncing off the many glass windows of this section of the town. And there are members of the Protectorate out just reassuring people that there's a search on for the man who terrorized the city planning office, that the Empyrean Party has the people's best interest at heart. They will keep you safe. Please don't panic. And the camera pushes past that, down the stairs into Tralatondo, into an office where there's just a single lamp on, like a desk lamp, and Nezumi is sat, just has a knife out, just like on the table, just like twisting it back and forth. And the camera moves behind him, and we see on the wall, almost like it's been plastered, there's just like massive amounts of paper, and all the ink looks like it's been pulled out of these various documents to form a map of some kind, or maybe it's a building. It's hard to make out what it is, but it's clearly something, a sign. And Nezumi looks at it, looks into the darkness behind them as if they're expecting somebody to be there, and turns back to the desk in front of them, picks up the phone, and makes a call. And that's where the camera leaves them. We now return to your game already in progress. Welcome to Act 2 of the investigation. So,
right.
Sabriel?
Mm-hmm.
You thinking, I mean, this could be, in theory, because I think Zach framed our first scene. So this could be like Cordelia leading the scene, but we said about Sabriel going to find her. Because he does know where the hideaway is.
I don't know that he knows that Cordelia is in there, but he does know where it is.
Which makes it even better. That, frankly, makes for a more interesting scene anyway.
You're very right.
Have a heightened sense of drama.
Alright, our scene opens. The sun is just starting to go down. Sabriel is sneaking a little bit. See his silhouette darting across an alleyway. He goes up the stairs of the fire escape, lets himself into the window of this hideaway. It's up near the top. It's a shitty apartment. I don't remember how much we established about the hideaway. I'm going to be real.
I think we just had the idea that it was an address and it was in Lane's name.
Yes. And it was like nearby the orphanage, like a couple of blocks away.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. He pushes the window open. He climbs inside, pulls a hand back to pull his bangs out of his face. And, what's Cordelia up to?
Well, there's a sound of a hammer clicking back on a revolver as you open your eyes to just facing down the barrel of Cordelia's gun. She says, "Oh, it's the Boy Scout." And then kind of collapses.
Cordelia?
You gotta... Thought you didn't know how to call ahead. She's like, she doesn't fully collapse. She like, kind of like thumps into the wall. You know, like Inigo Montoya when he's stabbed. And he's like kind of lurching along, coming after the six-fingered man. And she's like, got one hand on this gun, and the other hand is just like holding the wall and like walking along it with her hand as much as her feet. And the apartment is crazy looking. It's fully turned over. Stuff's lying all over the place. There's also like stolen blood transfusion bags and like gauze and stuff. The blood bags are empty because she used them to give herself more blood. And like, it's just a mess. It's just a crazy mess. She says, "You weren't followed, were you?"
No.
You don't sound sure.
What the fuck happened to you?
Don't you watch the news?
You think we get cable in Haven?
I think that you get the radio.
That's not important. That's not important. What did you do to this place? Are you okay? Let's get you... He, like, shakes himself off, finally realizing, like, oh my god, this girl looks fucked up. He goes, let's get you sitting down at the very least. Good fucking god.
I mean, you're welcome to try. There's an easy chair somewhere in here.
He pushes a bunch of shit off of the couch that is under so much crap that you can't even see it's there. Luckily, this place doesn't look that much worse than it did before.
And Cordelia sits, takes a load off. So, going to the hospital didn't go well.
Yeah, neither did going to the city planning firm.
Why? Did they shoot you?
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay. Well, yeah.
I like the implication that Sabriel was just coming here to hide and is just, like, fucking baffled that he now has to interact with another human being.
I don't know why you would come here to hide. This is my hiding spot. That's where I come to hide.
Well, this is where Lane typically came to hide, but...
Huh?
Right? Wait, no, is this Cordelia's hiding spot? I thought this was...
It is.
Oh, fuck. Huh?
Reminder
this
that
is Lane's hiding...
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Lane's hiding spot.
Yeah, Cordelia is an amnesiac, though.
Okay. This isn't your hiding spot.
It is
What are
now.
you I suppose it is.
I mean, I came here. I knew where this place was.
You certainly did, and well, we'll deal with this later. The city's after me too, now.
What? Why? What did you do?
Nothing. I don't want to talk about it. I did what had to be done.
Sure you did.
Outside,
Pushes a bunch of crap.
outside you hear like the wailing of sirens coming from the direction of downtown.
Cornelia, like, freezes with her hand on her gun, and then when the sirens kind of diminish, she like relaxes.
They're miles away, don't worry.
Before we sleep. Well, I've been looking around here, seeing what I can find.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I would suggest, and I know Sam framed the scene, but we were sort of humming and hawing about this. Sounds like a challenge roll for if there was anything of use to be found here.
Sounds good.
That is what I'm doing.
All
Okay,
right.
where do I go to? Is this an investigation roll or a challenge?
No, this is a challenge roll. When you attempt something difficult or dangerous as the protagonist, you determine the outcome with a challenge roll. So you decide which of your four conditions best fits the challenge. We can all weigh in, but the supporters have the final say.
I would imagine mind.
Mm-hmm. No, that makes the most sense to me.
Which I am still sharp, thankfully.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
Okay. So next, the protagonist rolls a white die, and any supporter rolls a black die. I think it's just the one because Sam is the only supporter in the scene. So you'd be rolling one black die, I think, because I think the entanglements only affect the investigation.
Are these like actually dice or are these just tokens?
No, they're roll.
They're dice.
So Zach, you'd be rolling 2, one just because you're making the check, and one because it's mind.
And I'm sharp.
Yeah. Yeah, because you're more than just having the basic one. So
I rolled a
Zach's
5.
rolling 2, and Sam's rolling 1.
Mm-hmm.
So Zach's got to roll his 2.
Yeah, I gotta roll my 2, and I rolled a 1 and a 3.
Okay. If the black die is higher than 2 or more, you fail. Narrate how the investigation just got more difficult, and the black die is kept, because that'll be coming up in the investigation roll. So
Awesome.
pop that there for now.
This is your fault, Sam. For rolling that.
How is it my fault?
This happened
Love
last
the high
time,
number.
is Sam kept rolling really high when he was being the supporter.
I know. It sucks.
Dice be dice.
I only do bad rolls.
So that is a failure.
Yes, it
So
is.
the investigation gets harder.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean anything until the investigation roll, though. So
She says, unfortunately, nothing here. See, it's all completely unuseful garbage. It's like reading through a smoke screen. It's like reading through a dictionary because somebody hid one word that it was wrong. I think Lane expected people to come here and he didn't want them to find what there is to find.
That sounds reasonable.
Not if the people looking for something to find are us.
I knew Lane. I could probably find something in
I think
his...
what I would love is for Sabriel to be like, oh, I know Lane, I could find whatever, and he leans on like a wall or a painting and slips, and the painting just gets knocked off the wall, and there's a safe behind it.
That was where I was going with this.
I love that.
Or not necessarily that, but like the idea of being like, I know what I'm doing. I know this place. I know this person. And then he just fucking sucks shit.
Or like trips over a loose floorboard, and there's like a hidey hole underneath the floorboards.
Yeah. That's all great ideas. Does this mean I get to do an investigation roll?
You have to get into the safe. So I'd argue that was the investigation roll. Or the investigation will be like what you get in the safe.
Got it. Okay, yeah, that makes a little bit more sense. Perfect.
That's
then,
at least
yes.
how I'm matching the mechanics with the narrative, I guess.
That's so valid. I don't understand the mechanics, so I'm going to let you do that.
Sure. I mean, I think you could probably make cracking a safe an investigation roll, but it's neither here nor there.
No, I think this is the
Absolutely.
investigation roll.
Yeah. What I want to say happens is that Sabriel's like, yeah, I know what I'm doing. I know this guy. I can definitely find stuff. And then he trips and falls into a bookcase, revealing that one of the rows of books is entirely fake and is hiding something, which somehow Cordelia missed because it was too high for her to reach. Because Sabriel...
Not
No, Nezumi's
short.
tall. Nezumi's the short one. Cordelia's tall.
Oh, fuck. Okay, damn it. I remembered one of you guys was short. Okay,
I will never make a short character.
Here's a different idea then. He trips into a bookcase, and one of the books shifts, and the whole bookcase swings away from the wall.
Well, then there's no... I guess you could look through whatever's in there to investigate.
There's a safe in there. It's a big safe.
Still a... It's like a vault door behind this.
Yes, exactly.
All right, sick.
Sabriel pulls his feet under him, sits up, sniffs, and he gestures to it and says, "See? I definitely meant to do that."
All right, magic fingers. Can you get in?
He wiggles his fingers at her.
Don't do that to me.
He does it again, but more aggressively.
I have a gun.
We're supposed to be working together.
And yet...
Why would you threaten me with a weapon?
Let's maybe do the investigation. I like the idea of Sam rolling this because this is going off the back of the framed scene. This is why it's got the problems that it does.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay, investigation roll.
Right. You get 2 white die to start. You get an additional 1 because we have found one answer, which is why I've got 3 there.
Can I use the same dice that Zach used earlier?
The number doesn't matter, I don't think, because they're going to be rolled again.
Yes.
Yeah.
What I meant was, like, can I repurpose these ones, or do we still need these to be, like, a record of some kind? But, no.
I think they're fine.
Okay, cool.
No, I've got them down at the bottom, like, just been pulling them off to the side, so however you want.
Oh, that's fine.
But yeah, so it will be 3 protagonist die, plus if you have a skill or a condition appropriate for this, that you've got, like, the good stat in. Now, yours is trusted, so you wouldn't get a die for that, regardless of what condition applied here.
No bonus die.
I don't know. Maybe I was trusted enough to know his combination.
What do you think, Zach? Do we like that enough?
I think that maybe he was trusted enough that he saw the combination at one point.
And now he has to struggle to remember it?
Yeah.
That's a better idea. I like that.
Because you found it, then I'll happily let you have a die for using rep, is what I'm saying.
Hell yeah.
So that would mean you're up to 4 protagonist die.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for opposing die, we have 3 to begin. We have 1 from the failed challenge earlier, and 1 for the escalation in downtown. So that's 5 total.
And they all have to slot into like a three
yeah,
a grid of 3.
Wait, I thought I had 4 dice because I had.
You do. This is
we're talking about this is opposition dice.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys have 5?
Yeah. Basically, you'll roll all of them, and then you'll get to pick which ones you then use for the pairing. After the roll.
I'm rolling. I've rolled 2 3s and 2 1s. That doesn't seem right.
It seems bad. Well, no, it's on the thing. You see,
it is on the thing. It's just, it seems weird that I got 2 doubles.
That's a chance for you.
Random is random is as random does.
Random is as random does.
Well, it very much sucks to be you.
Oh my god, it sucks to be me.
The thing is, though, Sam, if you bear in mind, now we've got this, we need to pair these off Now...
So, for the record, I rolled a 6, a 5, a 4, a 3, and a 2. Which, if this was poker, would be great.
Right. The opposition always puts forward the 3 highest black die.
Great.
As the scene's protagonist, you can put forward any 2 of your white die. Oh, wait, I'm looking at that. That's just those die. So you can choose how to pair your die.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah. Bear in mind, as the protagonist, you have a couple of ways to change the outcomes of your investigation roll. As the protagonist, you only roll 2 or 3 white die. Oh, there you go. That's where it says. Then, if your group has any answers, or you succeed on the challenge, or the supporters roll the white die. My apologies. I should have rolled one of those.
Do you want to take one and re-roll it?
I would love to do that for you. How do I do it? A random side. Sorry. I did hit random side as well. So
I gave another 3.
Gave another
I'll
1.
give a 1.
It gave a 1. So I'm
No,
sorry.
what?
You are no better.
I'm no better off than I was.
On an investigation roll, any supporters who rolled a bargain die, we don't have any bargain die to roll this time. In which case, it might be worth looking at the hit or miss table, which is on page 68, because you can choose which miss it's going to be.
So, I'm gonna damage a condition twice, because I kind of don't want to die. And missing on a 1 means death.
Sure.
Did you
Well, you
reroll
only
my
get
3 or my 1?
A 1.
Oh, thank God.
Look at the dice on the thing. You have 2 3s.
I still have 2 3s. Okay, yes. I was just like, oh god. Did you roll somewhere else? I'm so confused. Anyways, do I have to take 2 damages to conditions or just 1?
I'm double checking to see whether it's you damage the condition governing the investigation roll. So you're using rep, right?
Oh no, I'm no longer so trusted.
Which actually makes sense given what's been going on.
That's fair.
So your rep is dropping from trusted down to suspected.
Oh, I have to drop it down twice. Oh boy, okay.
Well, you missed twice.
I did miss twice. I thought I got to pick the other one that I got to... I don't know why.
On the plus side, we didn't escalate anything else, and no leads were destroyed.
That's true. I just sucked shit. I sat there on the ground, fiddling with the dial for like 45 minutes and going, shit, I thought this was the... And eventually he slams his head into the fucking thing and goes, I know what the code is. Why can't I do this?
Well, it sounds like you probably don't know. He changed it after he saw you knew it.
He's just like angrily staring at the floor at this point.
Unfortunately, this is one of our few leads. We're gonna need to get a cracker in here.
Fuck. I think that scene, just ending it on very quiet. Fuck.
Sure.
I dig it. I just also noticed something in the rules.
Oh, no.
Because Nezumi operates out of downtown, he can still use that lead as an undestroyed lead.
Oh.
So,
Pretty cool.
let me check this
Cool.
about how. But yeah, and the same goes true of the area where you operate. A lead might be destroyed for other people, but if you operate there, you can still use it.
Cool.
Cool.
Okay, that makes me feel a little better.
Oh, and I think what happened was the lead got destroyed and an escalation happened, I believe, last time. Because...
Yeah, I'm bad at rolling dice, I think.
Or good at it, depending on your perspective.
It's true. It is making the story very interesting.
For sure.
Oh my god. Somebody call Galador.
Look, I haven't listened to the full episode yet, but Blade is currently busting out a shard of Vi from a shady government facility. Blade's busy.
Good for Blade. Unfortunately, Blade is 80% of my impulse control, and I'm not doing so hot right now, so... Alright. Next scene. Are we just going in order of chat?
Well, you said about needing to get a cracker. What if that's what this next scene looks like? If you want to frame it, Cordelia.
Makes sense.
Because I'm not there.
Hey, Nezumi, how good are you at cracking safes?
Hey, Nesme, how many people do you know who can crack a safe?
Oh, many. Is this the phone call that they get?
Yeah.
Because if so, I just want I want to roleplay this conversation is my point.
Yes, please. We're sitting on speakerphone around, like, a shitty cell phone. Like a burner.
Sure. Yeah, we're doing that.
Okay, and you said this was happening not long after sunset, right?
Yeah.
Alright. So it rings a couple of times, and then somebody you don't know answers the phone. They're just like, Maestro's office.
Sabriel freezes and tosses the phone to Cordelia.
Really? Hey, kid, can I talk to the boss?
They're not gonna like it. They're on the keys at the moment. You know how they get.
I do. This is pretty important.
It's very important.
Shut up.
It's very important.
Alright.
That was an in-character shut up.
No.
Yeah,
I
okay.
figured.
I figured, yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
Alright. The phone gets like set down on the desk. Yeah, that good clunk. Because Nezumi absolutely has a Bakelite in the office because
Good.
aesthetic is important. And just a little I think you hear like the clip of heels on tiles and just what?
How many people do you know who can crack a safe?
Why did you throw the phone to me if I can't use it?
I didn't want to talk to the receptionist.
We're at
You know I'm
Lane's...
bad at people.
God, you sure are.
Sorry, that
We're at
laugh was out of
Lane's...
character.
We're in Lane's bungalow, his little hidey hole. There's a safe here. It might not have anything useful, but it might be what we need. But Magic Fingers doesn't know how to open it.
Alright. Hear like the flipping of cards. Like somebody going through a Rolodex.
You have a Rolodex. That's so cute.
This is not like before there was a cell phone, this was not a modern game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's good.
That's fair. I forgot.
Well, I know. It's like I've forgotten to show that I like how Pushing Daisies is both the present day and also weirdly 1950s.
Yes,
Hannibal has a touch of it too. Like it's weirdly.
Oh, so we're just in a Brian Fuller show, is what you're saying?
If only I could be in a Brian Fuller show. Ideally, not Hannibal. But you hear the flicking of the card catalog of the little Rolodex. I'm just like, all right, I'm sending someone over. I'm just trying to find a name.
Thank you. We owe you our lives.
Oh my god. The kid seems pretty nervous, knows what they're doing. Try not to be too, about it.
Mm-hmm. I'm like leaning very close to Cordelia, by the way. Like this is like I'm leaning over Cordelia's shoulder to talk into the speakerphone.
You are the worst person.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
yes.
It's like you're leaning closer and she is leaning away, and you keep leaning closer.
Yes.
And then Cordelia puts a hand on her gun.
There's no need for that.
Well, apparently there's nothing else to build up some goddamn personal space here.
I think it's about 20 minutes later where somebody arrives.
How do they arrive?
I don't know.
Like through the door? Or do they come up the fire escape like Sabriel did?
No, I think they will, there is a quiet sort of knock on the door of the apartment.
Cordelia's a little indisposed right now by being half dead, so I'm gonna peek through the little peephole on the door.
Alright. Very sort of nondescript looking individual, quite short, hood pulled up. Just, Maestro sent me?
Got a thing for you.
Yeah, I crack the door open. Come in. Usher this nervous little dude, question mark? Person. Into the room and say, here's your target. Tip my head to the really obvious safe that's like half in the wall.
This person, like, looks at you, looks at Cordelia, and just like, alright. Pushes back their hood, just a mop of, like, mousy brown hair pulled back, and goes and sets to work on the safe.
Alright, so how are we going to do this, boss? This challenge of ours.
Well, you used Nezumi's connections, so I guess I could roll the challenge roll as I'm providing the proxy, effectively.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm happy to do that. Mr. Tom, we are playing fast and loose with the mechanics, and we're having a good time.
Yeah, we're ignoring the mechanics in every sense except the one that says that we fail.
Yeah, the failure we respect. Everything else, we're just making interesting.
Alright, so I got a black die. And you got a white die.
Okay, let me double check.
Does it mean it's neither broken nor
Oh, I think I took damage to something because I don't have anything fully up.
none of it good stats. Yeah.
There was a fundraiser we went to that Nezumi spoke to somebody. That was the scene I framed last time. That was what it was. And I went from trusted to overlooked.
Yeah. So I think it's just 1v1.
1-on-1. Alrighty.
Alright, you ready?
Random side. Let's go.
3. Okay. Hey! Finally!
Woo! Success!
Alright.
You rolled a 5, I rolled a 1.
If the white die is higher by 2 or more, you succeed unconditionally. Narrate what your success has brought, and that white die will get kept for the investigation roll. So that's great. That'll be rolled by the supporters. Well, I think this is this safecracker, this kid, that Nezumi knew the right one for the job.
Hell yeah.
Of course.
And as such, this safe swings open, and there is an unbelievably large amount of information. And I think the investigation role aspect of this is sifting through it for something you can use for this.
Yeah.
Sabriel looks like a kid in a candy shop. He stops picking up all of the, like, garbage that Cordelia has left around the apartment and walks right up to it, rubs his hands together and goes, "Excellent, this should be wonderful."
Do you want me to leave? No.
Yeah, you're good, kid. Don't worry.
All right. And
I go to give the kid a fist bump.
the fist bump is avoided with a look of fear on the face. This is an anxious person. It's not necessarily Sabriel's fault.
Yeah. I Cordelia will say, "Hey, you did good."
Yes, nice work. Slap him on the back.
Okay, relax.
And the kid scurries out the fire escape this time. And down and away.
Oh, I wish I'd said something like, "Thank you for your service to the cause."
Oh my god.
Lunatic.
All right.
I am currently unhinged, so yes.
You are, which is why Cordelia is trying to push you out of the way so she can look.
All right. Then let's move to the investigation roll.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Who's doing this?
This time, me.
So
Fair enough. Go at it.
Well, you got the last one, right?
It's true, I did.
okay, I will roll the opposition die.
Yeah. So we start with 3.
Mm-hmm.
And then
For the escalation.
I get an additional white die for my sharpness, my mind.
Yeah. So Cordelia is rolling 3. The opposition, which I will roll, is 3 to start plus for the escalation.
Yes.
So it's 4.
Yeah. And then we also have a bargain die.
Which the other person will roll. So Sam, you're going to roll 1 white die. That's going to be the bargain die that
Okay.
Zach will have access to.
Let's go.
I'm going to quickly grab my 4th black die as the opposition. Okay.
All right.
I got a 5.
Good job. I got a 6 and 2 1s. I think I'm going to get that bargain die.
Hell yeah.
I'm going to move these because they're too close to something else to not accidentally roll something else. All right.
Okay.
So have to do the highest die as the opposition. So that's a 3, a 4, and a 1. Choose wisely on what your misses are going to be. That said, you can, you're going to go for that bargain die, right?
I'm definitely going to get that bargain die, and then let me find the table of hits and misses.
It's on page 68.
Okay.
Because also, you have the option, also after this, because I think we're in your district, you can treat the tie as a win by doing something. I'm just checking what the mechanic is for that.
Well, none of these are actually ties.
Oh, I thought there was going to be a 1v1 or a 4v4.
No, I have a 6, and with the bargain die, I have a 5.
Oh, yeah, and it's just the 2. Of course it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Okay. So I've got that bargain. I need that bargain die, in which case I need to get a bargain.
Mm-hmm. Any spotters who rolled a bargain die can propose a bargain. They work like bargains on challenge rolls. These are narrative costs, as a reminder, not mechanical ones. So, Sam, you were the one who rolled the bargain die, so you get to pose a bargain.
Oh boy, sure do. Okay. I mean, my idea of the bargain is like, we find something, but I'm the one who finds it. That's a bad bargain, though. I'm trying to remember how the bargain dice mechanic, works. It's just a narrative cost?
Yes.
Yeah. No, in a challenge die, it might have a mechanical cost, but in investigative roles, it can be narrative.
Got it. Okay. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. My brain just fucking shut off. So we open the safe.
I know. Is there something in this safe about Cordelia that's gonna rock her in some way?
That is interesting.
It's one thing to find out something about who you were when you're already a bit confused with something that really sort of knocks you on your axis a little bit, knocks you off your axis.
Yeah. Like some sort of revelation.
Yeah.
Oh, I think that...
Go on.
Well, I was going to say, I think that one of the things that we find is that is a file on Cordelia. They've been keeping track of her.
And maybe it's one of the few files that has pre-wipeout Cordelia information.
Yes. That was the intention there, yes. Is that they've collected all the information that there is to find about Cordelia, including the stuff that she herself does not even know.
One thing I would love to suggest in there is effectively I suppose an intake photo or something for a law-keeping organization of some kind. Because she's never been a cop in any version, but I'm just imagining the way they will when people graduate from their training class in a lot of those sorts of agencies, you get a photo, just something like that indicating that
I was a previous agent of them before the events of the first game.
Yeah. It wasn't the Protectorate though, was it? It was a different organization in a different place.
Yeah, but it was a different universe. It might as well have been the Protectorate or
what they were before they were the Protectorate.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's cool. Love that.
Okay, so we see that. I get this die.
All right.
What I'm going to do, because if I miss on one, I die. So I can't miss on one. So I'm going to hit my 6, and I'm going to hit my 5, and I'm going to miss on a 4, which will damage a condition. I'm
just checking that I see you have to have a miss regardless. Is that what this is?
The fact that they give me 3, that I have to
outcomes.
match against 3 dice and I only have 2,
yeah,
makes me think that one of them will always be a miss.
Yeah, no, it does say in rating outcome you do get 3 outcomes. 2 from the pairs and 1 from the unpaired die. So, because for each black die that's greater than its paired, there's a miss. Each paired die that's greater for the white gets to narrate a hit. If it's tied die, account as a miss. And then you can change the outcomes, which we did in that instance. Because if it's any of the paired dice are tied, you can break your principle to count all of your ties as hits. And you can break your principle twice.
Yes, but unfortunately, I have no.
Yeah.
I have no tied dice.
No worries. It does seem mean that if you have more dice, that you can't pair more of them.
That's Noir.
It's Noir. And you're right.
Yep, it's Noir.
It's Noirlandia for you. Yep, it's Noir.
China.
Anyway.
Okay, so what do these hits look like, and what does this miss look like?
I hit on a 6, which means I find an answer or add and connect a new lead.
To clarify, because we got this wrong last time, we're just letting it roll. You have to have 3 connected leads, and then on the next time that there's a 6, you can find the answer. You can't connect the lead and get the answer on the same turn.
Annoying. But I can add and connect a new lead, which is important.
Yeah, add and connect is super important.
So there's that, and then on a hit 5, I add a random leader connection. So let's add that random lead.
What'd you find in the safe?
Yeah, I gotta draw a card for that.
Oh yeah, you do.
All right, drawing it, flipping it. I got an 8 of hearts. Where are the leads in the book?
So it's downtown.
Is it downtown?
Yeah, because it's hearts.
The 8 is a vehicle. Oh, if you want it to be a thing. If you want it to be a place, it's a shop. And if you want it to be a person, it's a cop or deputy. Or if you want it to be a dramatic beat, well, that's less important, but that would be the tech goes haywire. Which in this universe might be the spirits go haywire. But in terms of the ones that are meant to be leads, yeah, a cop or deputy, a vehicle, or a shop.
Boy, what do you think of that?
I think it'd be very interesting if Cordelia went and talked to a cop.
Yeah, I mean, probably it's like an old...
retired one?
Superior.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
You
got a name for this person?
I am thinking... what kind of person do you think this is?
In what sense?
I don't know, I'm just trying to come up with something, but I usually have a jumping off point is good, is helpful.
Fair enough.
So this is like a former mentor superior
in
the Protectorate, or the previous regime's Protectorate. So we'll say that her name is... I guess it's just the first thing that popped in my head, which was Wilhelmina Nightingale.
Good name. Love that for her.
And she is she's retired at this point, or was pushed out by the New Regime, the Black Tops, when they came in. And she is in these files listed as a contact of Cordelia.
Nice.
And Cordelia does not recognize her. But there's like this weird feeling of like deja vu when she sees her. Okay, so there's that. And then I also can add or connect a new lead. Create a lead from scratch. Which will be... It's fine. Add and connect a new lead.
Yeah.
I'm going to connect Wilhelmina to a mutual aid organization that operates out of Haven.
Oh, so I know her.
Possibly.
Likely.
Probably. Likely.
Yeah. Called the Outstretched Palm.
Nice.
Very fun.
Which is a, like, sort of anti-Lady of Empirical Justice thing. It's like, we're going to help everybody for any reason, and we're not going to be connected to any of these other, like, stuff. And she is not necessarily a person who goes out and does stuff, but she's like, is connected to the organization in some way.
Does she, like, help them, like, do admin and stuff like that? Is like she, like, a behind-the-scenes kind of giving advice? And...
Yeah. She's like a founder and, like, organizer from behind the scenes.
Yeah, like, it's always useful to know, like, somebody that knows the law and stuff like that. Right, you don't want to do that. Like, you know, like those lawyers that did the Shut the Fuck Up Friday. Like that kind of energy.
Exactly.
Sure.
I love that.
But I was going to say, like, a more, like, also like a troubleshooter for them. Like, hey, people have been coming around and giving us trouble, and she's like, I'm going to take care of those people.
Yes, good. Love the shady.
Interesting definition of the word troubleshooter.
Takes care of trouble.
She shoots the
by
trouble.
shooting it.
Yes. That's why I said interesting definition of the word troubleshooter. Love it.
Fair enough.
Yeah. But yeah. And so those are two things that I found, is that Lane had connected her to the outstretched palm and to Cordelia. And then I missed on a 4, which means I damage a condition.
Yeah.
So I'm going to reduce my heart from guilty to haunted.
Ooh.
By what I have discovered.
Good shit.
Hell yeah.
And that is me.
So I have an idea for a scene I want to do. Would it be fair to say that Cordelia has touched base, or Nezumi has now, like, double checked in, maybe because this safecracker did report back to them to say everything that they saw, because of course. And maybe after all this happened, like, there was a phone call, like, and what the fuck happened to you?
Oh, to Cordelia?
Yeah. So...
What's that?
What happened to you?
A couple 45 slugs and then the grill of a truck, in that order.
All right. Do you know who was behind the wheel of said truck?
It was blurry, but I saw the tree pins.
Right. Do you need anything?
I mean, a better leg.
I don't think I have one of those.
In lieu of that, we've got a name, and I love to figure out if it has a connection with Lane.
All right. Well, that concrete mixer I went to did kick up some things, and hearing about what you just told me, I think I need to chase that down. But if you need anyone to go with you, or you want me to set up a meeting, I can do that for you.
We'll see how it goes.
Alright. I'll talk to you soon. And hangs up. Isn't very good at saying goodbye on the phone. Also, like, in movies, people don't say goodbye unless there's a point to it. And we see, and I think it's a full rainy Noir day. I know this is like beach city, like the whole point being like sunlight, but I think it's like maybe a storm has rolled in, or it's like the edges of a tropical storm that's happening further out over the water, and it's just like, so rain is like peppering the town. So
moody.
Which means I get to have an excuse to wear a big, like, dramatic, like, raincoat kind of a vibe, and a big hat. And this is Nezumi going to speak to the Redwoods. And, like, this is, like, eyeliner, winged eyeliner sharp enough to kill a man, full red lip, dressed to make an impression, and it's just, has called ahead. But it's going to be early, because you need to let them. You need to let them know you can, but you want them to be a little bit caught on the back foot, Don't have time to prepare too much. So feel free, one of you, or both of you guys, to play various redwoods.
Yeah.
All right.
Do we have any NPC non-lane redwoods established?
We haven't named any other redwoods. We purposely kept the ones that were driving the truck vague.
Okay. Well, then let's say that you are able to organize a meeting with Bull Redway, or Boulevard.
Incredible name.
Love it.
What should we call him? Bull.
Mm-hmm.
Who is like a lieutenant, but not like the patriarch. Who's going to let you talk to the patriarch just whenever you feel like it.
Mm-hmm.
But you do not have enough pull to talk with one of the, captains, players.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Nezumi, how's Trix? How's the Kennel Club treating you?
Oh, business is booming. No complaints. No complaints. How are you, Boulevard?
Well, it's been busy here with Lane's loss and everything else going on. It's been a pretty trying time for the family.
I can imagine. So, has the funeral been arranged? Would like to obviously pay my respects.
Of course, it's it should be in a few days.
All right.
We're gonna try to organize something, an armistice of sorts.
Mm-hmm.
Lane touched a lot of people in his time. He didn't constrain himself to just one neighborhood.
No, he was one of the good ones.
So they say.
Not an opinion you hold.
I think the thing about family is that it's supposed to be number one. But I would never think to speak ill of the dead.
Especially not in a town like this, where they're probably listening.
Yeah, probably not. Anyway, what can I do for you? You came looking for something?
Yes. My understanding is that some members of the family took it upon themselves to mow down an associate of mine.
Like with a lawnmower?
No, with a truck.
Well, that's a pretty inflammatory word you're throwing around there, Nessie. You sure your friend saw right?
Do you really care to question my information?
Well, not the fact that you can get your hands on it, but trust but verify, right?
I trust my sources implicitly, otherwise I wouldn't use them.
Fair enough.
I'm happy to roll my challenge roll now as I...
Yeah, let's roll a challenge roll here. That makes sense.
Okay, what is this then? Is this rep? Is this heart?
Those two make the most sense to me, personally.
It's a wish me because I'm currently on the neutral state with them anyway.
On both of them.
So
yeah, so let's. I guess it doesn't matter one way or the other.
Yeah.
All right, so let's grab a black die, a white die, and let's roll.
Hell yeah!
How about that?
That was a success for me. With a 4 to the opposer's 1.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. So that will go into the bank as a possible bargain die for the investigation roll.
And he says, shit. All right, look, Nez.
It's Nezumi.
Right. He checks his watch, and he says, I just remembered I gotta be on the other side of the house for a second. I gotta check. There's like a, what do you call it? Contractor coming in, working on the tile. I gotta make sure he's not fucking up.
Mm-hmm.
You just hold tight for a few minutes. You won't misbehave if I leave you on your own, right?
Of course.
course, and make sure you know that there are certain areas of the house that are off limits, and that somebody being caught in them would be bad. And he flicks his eyes over to a corner of the room.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, as long as we understand each other.
Thank you, Boulevard.
Yeah, don't think me yet. And he kind of hustles out of there and leaves you on your own for an indeterminate amount of time.
I will look where he indicated.
Yeah, there's probably a bookcase.
All those bookcases. And I think what this looks like, one, I am kind of getting a vibe if there is another hidden door or whether there's information here. I assume hidden door, judging by the pointed look, because I imagine this is like a study or a receiving room or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
I mean, to be fair, I can, I close my eyes briefly for a moment and open them, and one of my eyes weeps ink a little bit. And then I go over to exactly the right part of the bookcase and pull on the hidden lever.
Oh, yeah. And it swings open. You hear the sound of people in the distance, talking, but they're far away. You don't get any indication that anybody heard you. Mm-hmm. And I think you can dip in there and see what there is to see. That's probably an investigation.
Hell yeah. Love to be sneaky. All right.
Oh, yeah.
So, got my 2 die. I don't think I have anything else. I have my dice. I'm ready to roll.
I have 4 of them, yeah.
Yep, that's right. We also have an answer, so I think that goes with my die? Yeah, because we have an answer. So, okay.
All
right. Sam, can you roll that 1 white die for me? The one that's just off to the left.
Multi-sided. Random side. I got a 6.
Excellent. I will trade for that. Okay, thanks.
No problem.
So I got a 6, a 4, and a 1.
Marvelous.
That, so you're going to bargain for that 6.
I am, yeah.
Right?
There'll be a narrative implication bargain, which I'm more than happy to take.
Yeah. Let's figure out what that is. Let's say the Boulevard is implicated in what you find and won't be able to help you in the future.
All right. I'll take it.
All right. So you have 2 6s and a 2 versus a 6, a 4, and a 1.
Yep.
You can absolutely beat one of those, but the best you can hope for the other 2 is a tie.
Yeah.
Unless you break your principle.
Mm-hmm. Okay, miss on a 6, there's an escalation or destroy a lead. Look at the district that shares its suit. If it has any undestroyed leads, destroy any of those. Destroy one of those. If it has no undestroyed leads, escalate the district. Oh, we may have kind of fucked up a little bit there as well. Oh, well, we're learning as we go.
Indeed.
That's a fail on a 6. The miss on a 4 is damage a condition, in which case this investigation was probably governed. I can figure out what way that was, because I'm not going to miss on the 1, because I do not wish to die.
Yes, reasonable.
Okay. I think I'll take the damage the condition.
Reasonable.
Because this part doesn't actually matter, because you just need to beat it. But because I had 2 2s, I needed to get the bargain die regardless. So, and I will.
You don't want to win with a 6?
I suppose I could, couldn't I?
Yeah, you can win with 2 6s.
But then I would miss on a 6.
Not if you break a principle.
Wait.
You could. Okay, so right now you're tying on a 6, which is losing, and then winning with a 2.
Yeah. Oh, I need to look at what my wins are. I'm so sorry. I was so worried about what bad things can happen. I forgot to think about what good things can happen.
It's okay. Really. Good things rarely happen in this game.
Okay. Because a 2 would be healing a condition.
Which, if you're losing, if you're also hurting a condition, it's kind of a wash.
Yeah. Now I think I'll take the 2 6s so I can add and connect a new lead or find an answer twice.
Yes.
I'm looking at the board now. Alrighty. Trying to decide. This part's hard. Who knew?
Yeah, this is the hard part because you're making up what the story is.
Oh, I know what this is. Okay. Because this is going to be add and connect a new lead.
Mm-hmm. You can add and connect a lead from scratch.
Is a single action, yeah.
Uh-huh. And if you get a three clue chain,
mm-hmm.
you can connect it.
I think it's a 3 connection chain. So it's 4 clues.
No. I think it's just 3.
I was looking at also, did we circle the leads that we
No. 3 connected leads can form an answer. Destroyed leads work if protagonists operate in the same district. It's okay if 3 leads are connected through an unusable lead. Remember, answers count as leads too. So really, actually, why Lane was killed should be on the board.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So let's put that there, and we know the why, but I'm just going to pop it there.
We also need to circle the leads that answered why Lane was killed. We can't use those again.
Right, good shout. Okay, so that was documents pertaining to construction. That was Lane himself. And it was the faction of Redwoods working with Empyrean, I think.
Mm-hmm. Probably it's that we can't use that combination of clues again, right? Because I feel like
we can't use these particular clues anymore.
I think they can be... You go through them, but there has to be 3 new things. Like, once leads have been used for an answer, draw a circle, they can't form answers again. They can be part of a chain.
Yeah, so if, like, this faction of Redwoods was connected to something else now, then we could use that to connect, like, anything that was connected to faction of Redwoods with found peacefully sitting against the tree, the hideaway, etc.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if Lane is part of the answer, I feel like Lane will be part of most of the answers. Will have to be, right?
Yeah. Oh, then maybe it's the why he was killed. No, because that would have been formed.
Well, we have why he was killed.
Yeah, but I mean, because if that answer is a lead in and of itself, then that lead is what's... No, it's a new lead.
No, I think you do, because it shows in the rule book that, like, that lead is circled, and once it's been used, you can't use it again. That's what the answer do's and don'ts page says on 73.
Well, then maybe we don't have Lane circled.
I mean, even in here, it's got, like, the victim circled in the first answer.
Yeah, that's fine.
Are you supposed to answer anything else but the victim, then?
No, why was the victim killed? How was it pulled off? And who did it? So...
There.
Okay. Going to be adding and connecting a lead. I'm in Haven right now, so it'll be over there. I'm just going to figure out what this is. Because make a connection is a 3 or a 4 or a 5, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
But you can make an answer and then connect it. Or make a lead and connect it.
Yeah. And I'm doing this twice anyway, so...
Ah, boy.
Okay. Put this here. Because what Nesmi overhears, I think, is there's this development of this new... It's trite, it's acid, it's also noir. This lives and breathes on stereotypes and tropes, because it's delicious. I think they're working on a new magical / spirit-infused drug. And it's not fully like opium, but it makes people, I'm trying to think how I want to describe this. I'm just thinking about how we connect, like, of the Redwoods being, like, having that connection, or the vibe of the Sealy Court. I think this drug is going to be called Ambrosia, because I'm on my bullshit.
Hell yeah.
Sure.
And that's what this secret passageway did. It's like, they're developing this ambrosia down there. And it makes you feel like happy and serene and completely disconnected from reality as it is.
I see. Interesting.
So, and you can just be somewhere happy and well fed and loved.
So what's the spiritual connection for it, though?
I think maybe it uses like fragments of like, just like, it's definitely something to do with the ley lines, because it's not pure magic, but maybe it's something like when souls are content, and it's like that. It's having the whole final rest. So you don't feel hunger, you don't feel bad, you feel disconnected from reality. I mean, that's being dead, right?
Yeah.
Basically.
So
what is...
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, so this is like a new drug that they're making. What is it connected to?
It is connected to found sitting peacefully against a tree in the courtyard.
Oh, so that's how they did it?
We need another connection.
Is this what happens?
It looks very likely. We can't make that connection yet because it's not a chain of 3. Because Lane can't be the connection as the sole thing, there has to be 3 separate answers. But that is the connection there on that turn. So I'm just gonna...
Well, I guess then what we need
Mm-hmm.
is what Cordelia went to get from the hospital, which was like his autopsy report, right?
Yes.
Did you manage to get that, or did you fully not get it?
No,
That
they hit me with a car and took it from me.
Yeah.
Got it. That's right. I remembered you managed to get it out of the hospital, but I couldn't remember what happened after it. That's right, the car crash. That wasn't just to hurt you. They also wanted something from you.
Yeah.
Okay, well, how about that's what the other lead is? I'll add this other piece of paper. And that is... Oh, for fuck's sake. Roll 20? Why you gotta do me like this? It's my fault. It's not roll 20. It's just drawing lines where I don't want them. And Nesme finds the report well in there. So basically, somebody will need to connect the drugs to somebody else can answer the question, basically.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't do it now. But it will be the autopsy result. So
Interesting.
Okay, and let me double check what my principle is and how I broke it.
Hi, it's August, and I just wanted to thank you for listening. If you've enjoyed us, please consider leaving a rating on your podcast platform of choice, telling your friends about us, or tweeting about us using the FTLcast hashtag. We are also part of a nonprofit podcasting guild called Standing Stones Productions. We do a variety of shows, including The Room Where It Happened and Dumb Kids Playing Hero, 2 actual play shows, and a Steven Universe discussion podcast called Gay Space Rocks. We also do live streams at twitch.tv/standingstonesprod. You can keep up with everything that we do on Twitter at stones_standing. Unfortunately, Standing Stones was already taken. Your support means a lot. Thanks again.